Hello and welcome to this edition of Tour Confidential on Golf.com, presented by FootJoy, the #1 shoe in golf. I'm Jessica Marksbury, joined today in our New York City studio by Golf Magazine's Jeff Ritter and Golf Magazine's Cameron Morfitt via Skype. After a historically poor performance at the Waste Management Open in Scottsdale last week, Tiger Woods returns again at Torrey Pines. Cameron, what are your thoughts and expectations for Tiger as he takes on a course where he's had some pretty great success in the past?
Yeah, normally I would think Tiger would win this week, but I think just making the cut will be a victory of sorts for Woods at this point, whose confidence has got to be at an all-time low. I mean, I don't think anybody expected, not even Tiger, for him to go out and do what he did in Phoenix, shooting an 82. I think he's seeing some shots come off his clubs that are just so stunning to him that I think he's just really kind of wondering what's next. I've seen him do swing changes before, but I've never seen him look this lost. And I think it's going to take some time for him to climb out of this.
Also, what concerns me is his talk about release patterns when he's talking about chipping. That just seems so mechanical, so over the top in his own head on something that should come very naturally to him and that obviously he's excelled at for years and years. It's so strange to see him in this situation.
He was an artist back in the day. He was one of the great short game artists golf has ever seen, and now, like you said, it's become so technical for him. The biggest red flag for me is that we saw this pattern of chunk chip shots back in December at the World Challenge. So he knew this was there, and that was a limited field event. The spotlight wasn't really as bright, but he knew there was something going on. He obviously had an issue that week, and so he had nearly 2 months to fix this. And to come back out and play even worse, really, and to have really shown no progress at all is a huge red flag. And, you know, if you couldn't fix it in 2 months, I don't know how you fix it in 1 week to get ready for Torrey Pines. I mean, this is something that looks to me like it's going to take some time.
Cameron, he said he hit thousands and thousands of chips. I mean, those were his words, but is it just chipping that we have to worry about this week, or what else are you seeing in his game that really needs a pretty strong turnaround if he's going to do anything at Torrey this week?
Well, the chipping may have affected the rest of his game. It may be sort of spreading. He hit some nasty-looking duck hooks at Phoenix, and everything is so discombobulated right now. And I wonder whether he really has the time and the inclination to practice as hard as he needs to practice to implement a new swing change. I mean, he knows exactly how to do this. He's done this time and time again. Everybody loses faith in him. But now he's a father of 2. He's a golf course designer. He's got a lot of other interests right now. Obviously, he's past his prime. Does he have it in him to really hit enough balls and put in the sweat equity to make this thing work? That's what I'm wondering at this point.
It seems like, too, so many people are criticizing Tiger, saying, you know, he just needs to go back to the field player that he once was. And yet, we just see him gravitating time and time again to this very mechanical biomechanics teacher in Golf Magazine Top 100, Chris Como. And it just seems, instead of getting more toward that field perspective, it's actually less.
Yeah, it's well, when Tiger comes out and plays like this, everybody's got a prescription now. Everybody's got an opinion. No one you know, likes seeing one of the great players of the game show up and play the way that he did last weekend. So you wonder, you know, as Cam said, it's fair to wonder if he's practicing as hard as he used to. I still wonder if he's completely healthy enough to practice as hard as he used to. We didn't see him grab his back or his knee or anything last weekend, but I still wonder about his health. But it's fair to wonder if it's just a mental tick, the yips. I mean, that is in play now. So there's almost no, theory that we can rule out at this point because he does seem so lost, and even in his words afterwards, he seems confused. He doesn't seem, angry or frustrated about one thing. When he was fighting, the injuries last year, he just kept saying, "Oh, it's my back. I wish I could just, practice and get healthy enough to play for a while." But we're not seeing that now. Tiger really seems as lost and surprised as the rest of us, and that, to me, it's hard to know where you go from here.
Well, with just 2.5 months to go until the Masters, here's hoping Tiger can have a pretty strong turnaround at Torrey this week. Cameron and Jeff, thank you so much for your time and insight. Thank you all for joining us here on Tour Confidential on Golf.com, presented by FootJoy, the #1 shoe in golf. FootJoy invites you to step into the next big thing with the all-new HyperFlex golf shoes. You can go to footjoy.com for more, and we'll see you right back here next week.